By Vaheguru Ji's Meher, we present how to combat and win over COVID-19, symptoms, precautions, prevention, real-life experience of COVID-19 survivors, and a big surprise. Symptoms: cold, cough, fever, weakness, falling down on the ground uncontrollably. Biggest symptom is shortness of breath. Remember, no vaccine or tablet has yet been developed to combat COVID-19. Only your preventive measures can save you from this epidemic. Precautions and prevention. Maintain 1 meter distance while talking to others. If you are on a responsible post and if your company permits you work from home, use social media apps like WhatsApp, Telegram, FB, Twitter, etc. for talking to your friends and avoid personal contact or from meeting another person face to face. On personal meeting, express your greetings with folded hands by saying Namaste rather than shaking hands. Do not use or touch anybody's personal gadgets like cell phones, camera, laptop, desktop, digicams, smartphones, pens, pencils, sharpener, etc. Nor share your personal gadgets with anybody. Precautions and prevention. Also take care of personal hygiene and keep your body and clothes always clean. Do not touch your mouth, face, eyes, ears and forehead. If possible, postpone social and personal events like marriage, birthday party, anniversary party, etc. Do you remember Miss Sanjali from Maharashtra? She postponed her wedding after talking to her groom, as shown on TV news recently. If possible and if it's actually possible, postpone your surgeries and avoid visiting hospitals for regular medical checkups by at least 1 month. Precautions and prevention. If you have returned from abroad and your thermal screening has not been done at international or national airports, harbors, please go for self-isolation at home and inform your doctor to visit your place and check your COVID-19 status. Duration of self-isolation is 14 days or 2 weeks. Safeguard. Wash your hands regularly with soap, hand-ups, hand sanitizer and take care of personal hygiene and home hygiene. Avoid eating fast food, snacks, chow mein, etc. at hotels, fast food vans, roadside vendors, restaurants. Eat homemade food and buy packaged food if very necessary. Precautions and prevention. Wash your hands regularly. Keep your hands clean 24/7 as it spreads from hand-to-hand contact. Refrain from organizing and participating in social events. Avoid going to parks, malls, cinema halls, morning walks, evening walks, etc. Avoid going to temples, mosques, church and Gurudwara these days, and pray to God for forgiveness owing to this deadly virus. Please don't go out of home as COVID-19 spreads airways and attacks your lungs, and by the time you come to know about it, it gets very late, about 14 to 27 days. Always eat homemade food, and if necessary, prefer buying packaged food. Don't eat snacks, fast food, etc. outside at restaurants, hotel, pubs, clubs, roadside vendors. Real life experiences of COVID-19 survivors. This section of the video presents before you all sum up of the experience of real life survivor of this deadly virus, who have not only fought with it but have successfully emerged as ultimate winners for us and are now an idol before the world community. Sum up of Mr. Amit Kapoor's statement. India's one of the first COVID-19 survivors. I didn't know for the first 3 days what has happened to me. First I had a fever, and if it would be a normal fever, it should get cured with a normal fever tablet. But if it doesn't get cured, then there's a problem. I suffered immense body pain throughout my body, and then I suffered a shortness of breath which was very severe and acute. Then I went on 14 days isolation, and during this period you have to keep your morale very high. Sum up of British doctor's statement. UK is one of the first COVID-19 survivors. I never suffered shortness of breath. Yes, I had other symptoms. I suffered intense body pain and it was so severe that I felt as if my body was breaking into many pieces. Then I went on 14 days isolation and got well. During these 14 days, you go into a deep sleep and your immunity power is raised to such an extent that you overcome this. Now I am once again geared up mentally and physically to fight it out. Some recommendations or observations learning from Delhi MARKAZ. I would suggest central state government to come up with a strict law which clearly states as to how much crowd can gather at a social and religious event for a certain period of time. In halls you have certain number of seats which limits the audience to a certain number during one show. I know many religious bodies may not agree with me on this point, but for mass safety and healthy India, this is a need of the hour. In all such events, crowd should be controlled and supervised by the state administration. As far as I can see, now we cannot have crowd which we had till 2019 in all such events like Durga Puja, Holi, Ram Navami, etc. for a long period of time, and it's a need of the hour also to maintain social distancing and self-isolation. But before we go, we place before you all a request from Honorable Chief Minister of Jharkhand, Mr. Hemant Soren.
Satnam Satnam Vaheguru Vaheguru 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 Satnam Satnam सारे मिलके सतनाम सतनाम मेरी भैनों वालों फरमाइश हुई है सारियां रल के सारे मिलके आके करो किरपा सतनाम सतनाम वाहिगुरु वाहिगुरु सतनाम 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 वाहे वाहे गुरु वाहे वाहे गुरु वाहे वाहे गुरु वाहे वाहे गुरु सतनाम सतनाम वाहिगुरु